All right, in three, two, one. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Platinum Podcast, the second episode of 2021. And I have a very special guest today. He changed the music and the Hmong music entertainment industry when he came on with his group, right under a very great and known group to Hmong and TNT. I got Art Lee with me today. What's up?
Yo, what's up, man? Glad to be on here, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I'm surprised. I was actually surprised I got you on too. I was like, I don't think I've heard him be on somebody else's podcast talking about his music and stuff, other than the one with LP for his. But I was like, wow, I'm surprised nobody reached out to him. So I was like, I gotta be one of the first persons to have him on mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've only been on maybe like two. I know I did DC's, and then I just the LP one. Yeah.
So how's life, man? How's life? I know that coming, I guess not even coming out of the Hmong music industry, you're still in it, but you've been just chilling, right?
Yeah. You can say I've just been chilling, especially this year. Just focus on my daughter, and I try to focus on music as much as I can. Right now, it's just my therapy whenever I can do it. But it's not really the main focus of what's going on right now.
Right.
But it's getting there again. Especially the new year, got to set up new goals. So you might see something this year. But I don't know, anything could change. Album. I don't know that this year I'm gonna work on an album. So. Because of it's just writer's block right now. I just been writer's block all year too. Yeah, I just make beats. That's it. Like that's all I can do. And writing is like probably like for the past year I haven't really posted any new songs. That's just really the truth.
Yeah, I mean, like overall, just writing in general, writing or coming up with a song is hard. Like. Even coming up with beats, you know what I mean? And I know you've been working on, or I don't know if you're still working on something called I think it was called the In Space Labs or something like that.
Yeah. That was something because, I had no direction. So like, I've always wanted like my own company or like my own business. And that was just something small to start out with, just for like, if anybody needs beats or mixing or, just needs help, right now, like I said, that's probably the only thing I'm going to do. Nothing really big with projects, just helping others out when I can,
Right.
But yeah, we'll see how far that goes within the new year. I do have some artists that I want to work with, especially, in Wisconsin, Kevin, right?
Yeah.
He's probably like the only artist right now that I've contacted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So bringing it back to TNT, how did it all start? Because I know you guys came onto the music scene very strong with Hmong behind you guys. You guys came out with a bunch of songs and then also a huge collaborations within like a lot of the top Hmong artists as well.
That was me and Jer, we've always been friends and we've always done music together. Especially when we first started, and he would come over every day, or I'll go over his house every day, and we'll just make music or just try to rap. At the time, I was rapping. I wasn't really a singer,
right?
I didn't like singing. I always thought that rap was
really?
Cool. Yeah, rap was cool to me. But I didn't really understand it like that. I mean, music's always been around my family my whole life. So I played church band when I was a kid and all that stuff. But yeah, me and Jared, we were close friends. So we did music together. And then we have, we hang out with LP and their, his brother-in-laws. So that's how we kind of got close with LP,
Oh, okay.
And TL and them. Yeah.
So when did you guys make the group? Because I know, didn't your dad have the group too called TNT?
Him and his brother, they had it back then in like the 80s or something like that. they had a couple of albums out, and then
Wow.
eventually, you know, they got married and just kind of started doing music from there.
Right.
And then I just kind of picked it up, you know. The TNT name is stands for the first name of my dad and his brother. And then me and Jared is basically the same thing. My first name is Thao, his Thunzo. So I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's bring this to Bunk. And I thought the name was cool, you know.
Yeah, it is.
I thought it was shining right in the Hmong community. And then eventually we did that Thao song, the very first song we did in an LP studio. I didn't know how to speak Hmong, like literally, like I didn't know how to speak Hmong or understand it. So, you know, they wrote it, all that we did it, and it was big. I didn't even know it was gonna be like that, you know. And then we did a remix as well, which was like 3 mil. We hit 3 mil on that.
And counting right now, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's like one of the biggest accomplishments, like especially working with like with David and them. They're veterans, you know. We was just coming into the game and straight off of high school.
Yeah, that was a while ago too. I don't even remember how long it was ago. Probably like
now it's been I think 5 years.
5 years. Wow.
Yeah, 4. I say completely 4, not 5.
Right.
It's been a while.
And did you guys think that you guys would make such a big impact in the Hmong music industry?
You know, with that song, I didn't know. Like, I used to do, like I said, with the Hmong thing, I didn't know that if you made a Hmong song, people were gonna like it. Like, I was just that kid though. I didn't grow up, like I said, I didn't grow up speaking Hmong or liking Hmong's music. And then, you know, once we started doing it together, you know, that's when I, you know, embraced our culture.
Right.
You know, started to appreciate the culture a little more. Because
like,
most of my friends, most of my fans is Hmong too. So, of course, yeah.
And going through this whole experience, is it pretty crazy to look back on? Like you used to like pretty much tour around, you know?
Oh, dude, that first year, it was like 2016. That was like an unbelievable thing because I thought we would just go to like J4 and then go to like Labor Day and that's it. But we went to like, I don't know, man, we went for like 2 months straight. I know we went to Minnesota and then we went to like Wisconsin. Like every weekend we had some, like I had a show, you know? And that was like every weekend for 2 months until the new year. Yeah.
Jeez. Was it rough?
It was fun, man. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like that's a crazy experience, especially like how young you guys were too.
Yeah.
You said straight out of high school?
Me and Jared were straight out of high school.
Damn.
Which was pretty cool. I mean, I just stuck to it. So.
Yeah. And then you guys did not break up the TNT group, but you guys just decided to put it all under Hmong.
So when we split, we were still working on that second album and we were supposed to have 3Y on there. But we never, I think when we split, we just kind of like forgot about it. And, you know, and that's kind of like on me too, because of just at that time, I just wasn't organized. I just wasn't as good as I thought I was. You know what I mean? And being that young-minded kid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we just never got to it. We just never got to it. Or like I said, and then we split all the songs that were supposed to be on the second album, and we just did solo projects. Yeah, did our own thing. And then I think the last time we did something together was probably I think 2 years ago when we dropped our solo albums. That was like the last time we did something together as a group. Why
did you guys decide to split?
We all didn't split. I just did my own thing. Or with the group, I think it was just I wanted to do some solo stuff, and I don't know that the album was looking okay. It just wasn't. I just felt like we had our own creative minds,
right?
You know.
Mm-hmm. And how did it? I mean, honestly, I didn't see it coming. But then, like, how did you think everybody reacted to it? Because it kind of seemed like everything went pretty smoothly. Yeah,
it did, and then everything worked out. Like we had our albums. I did my album. Jared did his album. It was still a good thing. You know, we were still being our own artists and being our, you know, doing what we want, what we want to create. You know,
And you
it's
guys,
still it's still the same vibe. You know, when we still get together.
yeah. I was gonna say, do you guys still like, I'm like, you guys are friends, so of course you guys still hang and stuff.
Yeah. And then with, you know, FPTO, we try to get together like as friends. We get together as a group. We don't really do when we're together. We don't really do music anymore like that.
Yeah.
We kind of just do it on our own time. Especially because like, you know, when I got married and then TL got married, we both had kids around the same year. And then we were just like busy being dads, so we never got the group back together.
Right.
And then
You
COVID
think
happened.
one of these days, you guys are gonna make a huge reunion?
Yeah, of course, we'll still do stuff together. Like I said, you know, when someone needs help, we'll do it together, you know?
So like going through the process of like kind of being a celebrity in the Hmong music industry, do you think that you took on a lot of like pressures or a lot of things that you didn't think you would be taking on?
Just kind of like I said, speaking Hmong and like getting to know other people and getting to collab with them. You know, some people do Hmong music and I do, you know, just all English. So it is like my peers are all, I don't know who I should collab with or in the community, you know?
Right.
So that's one thing. And I want to keep the community strong and by collabing with other Hmong fellow artists. So that's one pressure is like, I don't know if I can contribute to that because I myself can't speak Hmong and I don't know. I have to find that.
Like the happy medium.
Yeah.
And is it like, so growing up and not like speaking Hmong, like how was it in growing up in Michigan?
You know, when I was a kid, like we never grew up around, you know, Hmong kids besides like our cousins and stuff.
Right.
But we grew up in a area where there wasn't any Hmong people. It was just, you know, Mika and Mexican people. And I grew up around that. Yeah. So the only Hmong people we knew was just like our cousins, you know. And then we eventually moved out to where all the Hmong people were.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And like, so moving on to like talking more about music, like take me through the process of like making beats. Cause I know you said that the in-space labs is a big thing that you wanted to work on too. And making beats and mixing and producing, like take me through the steps of like your mindset when you're making a lot of these beats and music.
Yeah, I don't have I don't really have a formula. It is sometimes just whatever you're feeling. But I do try to at least come up with the melody first, and then when I come up with the melody, I lay out the basic layout of the song, and then I add my vocals or start writing, and then I'll add on to the beat later. I used to, well, my thing was when I was working, I made a beat, went to work, put my headphones on, and then write at work, you know, and then I would come back to record because when I come home from work, I make the beat, and you know, sometimes the beat, it takes like an hour or two, and then writing takes like maybe even write like a hook takes like an hour or two. So
right.
I don't want to be there all day. I'm not a guy where I like to be in the booth like 5 or 6 hours straight. You know, I gotta at least just do one song and I'm good because I don't know. I just like to do other things.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like crazy too. Like sitting in the booth for like 5, 6 hours straight, just trying to write something.
Yeah, that's boring, and that's not. You know, I think it's not good for your mental health too. Because I love music. I would love to do this every day. I do it. I try to do it every day, but I don't want to be there for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're married. How long have you been married for?
It's been almost 3 years. I think a whole 2 years. I say 2 years. All going on 3. I think so. Can't really think right now, but Yeah.
Yeah, so like when you got married, honestly, it took me by surprise. I didn't even know that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did it happen?
Yeah. Well, we had a kid,
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah, that's basically it. But but I love my wife. She supports me. She sacrificed everything for me to have my dream. So
mm.
yeah,
And you have a daughter too. How old is she now?
yeah, she's about to be 2 next month. Yeah,
Oh
2
geez,
next month, February. Yeah,
is it crazy
yeah,
being a dad?
yeah, man. It's like I always tell people, it's just like what your parents and your uncles say about kids. It's always a good thing, and
Right.
it's a blessing, true blessing, because when when you have a kid, you're like, man, you got every day, you gotta like wake up, and that's your kid to take care of. You can't give them to their parent. You're the parent.
Right. Damn,
Yeah,
man, that's crazy.
yeah, but it's fun. It's fun. It gives you, it makes you grow up a little faster.
Yeah, I bet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, have you been paying attention to a lot of these up and coming like artists in the Hmong music industry? I know DC
Like,
Reacts gives opportunities to rappers and stuff like that.
Yeah. I see it all the time. I see a lot of people, like new guys or just people who've been doing it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't say a lot of, I don't really embrace it a lot, but there's a lot of good artists out there. It's just they're not known, or maybe it's just not the type of, especially in the Hmong community, it's just maybe not the type of music people listen to. But
Right.
I don't know. I think some of the people right now, they're really good, and their quality's coming out better too.
Mm-hmm.
I say that, back then when you started rapping, you don't care about what you have,
Right.
you just rap. But these guys, they're the new guys, like they're coming up with some good stuff, good quality stuff, at least. I mean, obviously, there's room to improve, but that's what I see.
Yeah. And have you heard somebody that like you go like, wow, like this guy could be something? Like anybody that comes to mind?
I mean, anybody new? I don't know, but I've always thought Kinang was good. Like when I first heard Kinang, I've always thought Kinang was good at like just everything, singing and producing. He was just good. Like he was just natural.
Yeah.
So that's why I worked with him on that one song. With Alex Thao. I'm like, yo, this guy's perfect for it. I admire his work a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Me too. And like, is it weird being one of the I guess trailblazers of doing something different with Hmong music? Like people looking up to you and looking at you for inspiration and looking at you for like motivation and to putting in work for the music and stuff like that? Or have you ever thought about yourself as like a role model in this industry?
Not like a big role model, but I know with the Hmong community, it's easy to contact me. You need something, just let me know. Like I'll help you guys,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, obviously I know I do different music. That doesn't mean I'm better than everybody else, but there's people out there that want to hear someone else do it so they can, feel inspired or feel like, oh, it's okay to do this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, you get those a lot from people.
And when you say you make different music, what do you mean by you make different music then? Is it just out of the ordinary from like Hmong music pretty much?
I think it's just how I create, I guess. Or like me, I know sometimes I try to do funny stuff, or I just love my beats fucking hype, I love that bass. I love everything about it, and Hmong music is good too. I think Hmong music it's good. I just don't do it, I just don't do it. And I think there's, especially Hmong music, it's come a long way. It's actually I think that it's achieved a lot more than what our Hmong hip hop is.
Mm-hmm.
Like our, but the traditional sounds of Hmong is like it's has achieved a lot of things.
Right.
Yeah.
And looking at the industry, do you see a lot more people kind of following that Hmong like R&B and like Hmong hip hop, like going under you guys, or like going under like Kalia Universe, that type of vibe and feel?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, like someone needs to set an example for someone else to do it, But I also feel like a lot more people are being they're doing the Hmong stuff too. Like there's a lot of more kids doing more Hmong music. Especially like, the new, or especially guys like KT, like they done a lot of English. Now they're doing like the Hmong trap,
right?
Or the Hmong, they're doing it in Hmong, which is kind of cool to see, to see people evolve. Yeah, I want to see people involved, right. Not just, hip hop's cool, but man, I like guys like John Legend, and I like guys like Michael Jackson,
Right. Like throwing some of their own like personality into it.
Yeah. Like it's okay to evolve. That's what I want for people, is to evolve and just love music that way.
Yeah, man. And like looking at 2020, I know I talked to this with DC Reacts. Looking at the Hmong music industry, it changed a lot within 2020. Coming out of 2020, who do you think was the artist that like kind of came out on top, in your opinion?
This year, 2020, it's what was that? I think his name's Chang. He just came out with a song with Doichi. The one that just like the new one that just came out. He did a song with Doichi Yang, and they got like a.
Is it Chenning?
I think that's not Chenning.
Oh, Chenning, no. I don't know.
But Chenning's good too.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
But man, he had that song with Doichi that just came out. They hit like 1 million views in like a day, or like a whole week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, shoot. He's new, and he's been doing music for a while, Cheng Shong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I know he hit me up for a beat one time, but I never did it. I seen his work. He's been putting in work, before that song, he's been putting in work.
Right.
And I think he's consistent. I think he's really consistent. So I say, that would be my pick of the year, because I'm familiar with his work. Like I see him post up, I see him, share his music, and then he's someone I would pick.
And saying that, would you ever finish his beat for him?
I have it.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I have it. Like I said, I have these beats, and then like I just don't feel like it's good enough. And that's a bad habit to get into, man. Like especially when you create on your own. That's a bad habit,
No, I feel that, man.
It's miscommunication. I'm not communicating with anybody if I do that. It's something I have to learn for myself. But yeah, definitely. I feel like now I could do even better. With my mistakes. So, of course, in the future, I'm down to work with anybody.
Yeah, and like going back with like a bunch of all these new artists that came out, like what do you think kind of like is the genre going the beginning of this 2021, like the genre that's going to be most popular?
Or I think it will be a little mix, because I know a lot of people said they're dropping an album this year, so it's going to be a lot of mix.
Yeah, I know Sons of No Town, they wanted to drop one. I don't know who else is going to be dropping one though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, I've seen a lot of people post they're going to drop this year, or at least do something this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's from what I see. So I think there's going to be a lot of mix, genres going on this year, especially in the Hmong community. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what else that people can do differently this year, because I know last year there was a lot of different people and a lot of different artists coming out doing different things. So I'm excited to see what they can do this year and what new people can bring to this
Yeah.
to this game.
Yeah, and especially, last year with COVID, and I know it ruined a lot of people's plans, even just the mainstream artists, with promoting, especially promotion. It ruined a lot of promotion of people coming out. So this year, I hope, I hope everyone gets that chance to grind, like to actually go out and just show your face and just to be there around like people who love doing music,
Right. I think it would be crazy if we were able to do it this year.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a lot of like new faces on the scene.
Yeah, especially J4. I think it will be hot this year. Like when they reopen everything, it's gonna be hot, bro. It's gonna be popping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, this year I probably won't do anything, but I want to see other people do stuff.
Right.
It's just cool. Like finding new people, finding new talent. Like it's like the past few years. Like I said, like a lot of the artists from the past few years, they've inspired a lot of people to do music, especially the DC Reacts thing. The contest. Dude, there was a lot of people who did it. And they weren't even, they weren't, maybe it was probably the first song they'd ever did. And, it just opened doors for people. Just something fun too.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself doing that? Like in the future? Like, I know like, cause you're down to help anybody too, but then like kind of like hold a contest or like, do something like a beat giveaway or something like that.
Yeah. I want to do like, I've always wanted to do like a beat auction, like to, whoever needs beats, I would sell them for like very cheap,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had the idea and just never knew how it would work. And then I've always wanted to do like a giveaway of like equipment, like microphones and a whole set. Yeah, that would be cool. I think that would be cool, especially for someone who's young and who wants to get into it.
Right. And they feel like they can't like do what or produce the things that they want to produce because of that lack of equipment.
Yeah. Especially that. Like, I mean, like I know, like when I was young, it's just, it was. I had to use my brother's stuff. Like I had no money to buy my own stuff. I knew all the good stuff to get. I knew all that. I just didn't have the money or anything.
Right.
So, yeah.
And working closely with LP and TL, like, is it pretty crazy to think about? Like, you're working with like these legends.
Yeah. When I first worked with them, I was like 14, 15, and they picked me up, and I had my guitar. I was like, oh shit, I'm going, to the booth. I'm going to like a professional recording studio or whatever. But it's just this, basement and stuff. But it was cool at the time. Like I said, it's an honor because they look after us. Me and Jer especially, we admire them a lot, or we look up to them a lot. They're like our brothers. Yeah, they're like our older brothers. We're in this together, or
Yeah, for sure, man. And like working with them, is it the process of all you guys being in one room and making a song? Is it pretty crazy to like, how is it like with a group of people like making a song?
Yeah. So when we did the TNT, like I said that one was good because we all put work into it, LP did producing, and then T.O. did some writing for us. It was just like a whole team, working together. And I think that was that's what made our first album really good. So when we work together well.
Yeah,
we have good chemistry.
Yeah, I mean that shows from the songs too that you guys bring out.
Yeah.
And how did you guys, for the song with everybody on it, the Yotsa, how did you guys get everybody to Put down a little verse in there.
Yeah, so first the song was the original song was actually supposed to be a collab with like maybe I know we had 6, but it was supposed to be like 8 other people or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And we asked people, and then eventually we're like, all right, let's just do us two. We just do that, and then we do the remix. And then we had the song, and then we did the remix in like I think it was like February. And David had a show here in Michigan. We brought David out. It was David, Pong, and Clea, and they recorded the remix at LP's place.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then eventually we did. We hit up Jennifer for the. She was like the last person that we hit up for the collab. Yeah, which was cool because that time was, Pong, David were on top of the game, and then and then we had the guys who were just coming in like us and Jennifer. So it was kind of cool.
So is it weird to see like somebody like Pong who was on top of the game, and then like honestly I don't know what happened. I think he just kind of took a break. But do you think it's necessary to take breaks like that just for
I know Pong I know he's not really doing like anything big with music. Like he'll do it if you ask him and stuff. But I enjoyed watching Pong when I was a kid, so it was cool, to actually work with him and David.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and growing up, who was kind of like your inspirations for music though?
I love Chris Brown. And then definitely Eminem, man, there's a lot. I like Usher too. When I was a kid. Yeah, I think Chris Brown was actually like the one who really like introduced me to like really good like the autotune, the R&B autotune, and like hype beats. Yeah, like he was just that artist, man. He was amazing. He's amazing, man.
Yeah, he started really young too.
Yeah, he was like 15, 16, 18 or something like that. Man,
that's crazy. Think about I mean, that's around the time where you started too, kind of. And got big.
Yeah, when he started like changing the style up, that's when I really like that genre, or that I like the hip hop a lot more because
right.
Yeah, and I liked rapping too, so Eminem was definitely somebody. But also like when I started like listening to rap, I listened to more like remixes, like J Rise and them.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, like I listened to all those Asian rappers when I was a kid, so that was like an inspiration to me because they're Asian too,
Right. And seeing like all of them do a collab with each other, that shit was like epic as hell every time they came out.
That was like when YouTube was on top of this game. Like they were like the number one guys that you will watch on YouTube.
Right.
Jason Chang, all the Asian guys.
Yeah, Dumbfounded and all them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's pretty cool to see them like still do it too to this day. Like Dumbfounded is still on. Deep Pride. He doesn't go by Deep Pride anymore, but he's still on music. Everybody
like separate their own ways,
Right.
I remember they used to be like all close and did videos together, but everybody's like, different goals, and it's crazy how like they're still doing it though,
Yeah. I mean, I see that a lot with like the Hmong music industry too. Is like, everybody was like super close and super willing to work with each other. And now everybody's just kind of doing their own thing and grinding their own way. Yeah,
it's like I said, people evolve, you gotta evolve. That's just part of like making our industry bigger. You have to evolve. So, I mean, we're all still good friends, me, David Pong. We just haven't seen each other in a while because of COVID. And everybody's just doing, everybody just does their own thing. And I don't know, there's just nothing else to do, especially like nowadays.
And going back, you said that you first started rapping and you didn't like singing. What made you started to sing?
I wanted to be a rapper more than I want to singer. So like I sang a little bit. I like to sing, but like I just sang because I can do it. And then eventually when I started getting my own equipment and all that, like LPTO, they're like, man, if y'all could sing, just sing, man. Like, I'd rather sing than rap. Like, really, I thought, because I want to be cool. I want to be a rapper,
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, and then we did Y'all Saw, and then, we were just like figuring out how to sing it. So we were just going there and we just sing. And that's when I like love singing the most, was when we dropped Y'all Saw. Like, I want to sing a lot more. Like,
I mean, all the songs that you've done is really good too when singing, but then you've also came up with like some, like funny songs while rapping and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Yeah. That was supposed to be like something for my Facebook where like I post like just funny shit.
Yeah.
But I just never came with good ideas. Like I only came with like 2-3 good ideas, and hopefully soon I'll come up with something. People seem to really like
good
it.
ideas, but then like, do you think it's not a good idea? That's why you don't post it up anymore?
Yeah. like the first video I did, it was like the Hmong type beat thing, and I sang like one line of Hmong, and like that I don't know, at that time I was like, I was just post it up, it's kind of random, so I posted and everyone seemed to like it, so I was like, all right. I didn't know the one with Jared with the Polai song.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe I should have this comedic look, but like, I don't want to do that too much, and I don't want to look like, I mean, I people like, if you know who I am, it's like, it's okay, like he can do that stuff. But me, I think if I did too much of it, then it kind of overshadows like everything else,
Right. You'll be like, you think you'll be seen as like a comedic musician?
Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I've only wanted to do it for Facebook, but I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't have been like that. Maybe it would have been successful if I just kept doing it. But
yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
yeah, just
I
random.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, just random stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it though, because like, I mean, I don't think you would have been seen as a comedic musician, because you've already set in stone.
Yeah.
Who you are as a musician and as a person. So everybody already knew. But then, I mean, yeah, those songs were pretty lit though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, the Knowledgeable Lie one was just like, it was for fun. It was just for the video, and then we just finished it just to give it to people. Mm-hmm. Something to listen to, I guess.
And going back to when you guys were on the road and traveling and stuff, do you have any like crazy fans, do you have any crazy fans memories at all?
We had, maybe not like crazy fan, but she was cool. We knew that she was like a really big fan of us. Mm-hmm. But we didn't really have anybody like too crazy. I mean, when we will perform and like girls will like, people will grab our hand when we're like, trying to just high five on the stage. Like, and then that's the only time we kind of got crazy. But, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of funny moments when we see fans and stuff like that.
And do you think if, like, let's say J4 comes back this year, do you think you guys will be over there?
If I have merch by then, I probably won't have any music, but I have probably started doing merch. I'm trying to do this thing with 3D printing. Oh, okay. And try to do like those necklaces. Oh, like this logo into like a necklace instead of metal, just kind of for kids, Right. Yeah, just to have.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll see if that happens. But if I do, I'll just probably share a booth with somebody. Something small, but yeah, hopefully, if we do come with music, I think it'll be a good thing too. But I know for sure I probably won't aim for an album or anything. So
yeah, and like looking at yourself and looking at your music and your work, what's one of your proudest moments other than that
probably probably just my solo album, It it was good for what it was. I mean, now I look at it, it's like ill. But I my goal for that was to try to do everything my own. You know, like mix, produce. There was only one song that I didn't produce. The LP produced. But yeah, it gave me a lot of like. It changed my perspective of like, you know, how I should work and how I should do things. And when I need help, I should get help when I need it, you know, because for that, I was like, I don't want nobody to listen to it and I'm just do me, you know. And that was just the goal though, like try to do it the way I did it. But if I would have had people's input, then maybe it would have been a little better. I don't know. But I just wanted to, I think that's one thing that I've accomplished that I admire a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Putting a whole album together, like by yourself, mixing, producing, and writing, like that's pretty kind of like unheard of, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's, I know only a few people who do it in the Hmong community. And I encourage people to learn production. Like, even if you don't know music theory or whatever, I mean, I didn't know music. I think it's just, especially when you're like coming up, like, or if you're like a new artist, you should learn it like as you go.
Right.
You know, it's cool. I mean, if you learn it later on, it's kind of like you don't want to do that. You kind of just want to be an artist. Yeah. Or you kind of just want to write. That's it. But if you're starting out, I suggest people like start learning like everything together because, I mean, it worked out for me. It's worked out for other people too.
Right. It's going to be more helpful than hurtful. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Really does.
And looking back, do you ever like regret putting out a song, or do you ever think about like a song that you worked on and you released it when you knew it wasn't ready or when you thought it wasn't ready?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of songs like on my album, they were just like the demo. Like it wasn't even like I didn't go back to it, finish it. It was just the demo finish. Like it was all right, but I was just like, you know, I'm gonna just put these songs on, like, because I get too picky. Like I said, I get too picky, and like, I just think, oh, it don't fucking sound good. Like, even if it does sound good, like I do too much to my stuff. So I was like, you know, I'll just release it, you know, or I'm gonna put it on the album, you know, just I'm done with it, you know, like I can do better with another song. So yeah, there's a couple of songs actually there's like maybe half of the songs is kind of like that. Like, oh man. But you know, it's just how it is. Like you can do anything with a song, you know.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you seen it as a downfall to like kind of like be a perfectionist, right?
Yeah, like if it's like it's cool, like if you have a lot of songs, it's different. Like if you have a whole bunch of songs on your file, it's different. But when it's kind of like all the time where you're like, oh, it doesn't sound good, I'm not gonna finish it, I'm gonna go do another one, you know. It's just, I think when you're too picky, it doesn't sound, I don't know, it's just not good to do it because you're not gonna put anything out for your fans. You're just not gonna do anything. You're just gonna become lazy and just not finish it. That's just what I've been through.
Yeah.
You know? Because I have a lot of songs that are like unfinished, and it's like, man, these songs could have been good, man. If I just didn't have that big ego of like, nah, no one's gonna like it, you know.
Do you think you think that way because of the success you've already had? And you're always trying to like one up each song?
Yeah, like that's the thing too. Like when I did Come and Stay, like no other song on that album, like, I mean, that was the right single to put out first, you know?
Yeah.
But all the other songs were like not as to that level, you know? I'm like, oh, that's something I need to work on, you know?
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't even imagine like how hard it would be just to one up every song. Yeah. Like when you know it's a good song and you know the second song is not as good.
Yeah. It sucks sometimes because, you know, when you think a song's good but it doesn't do good, and when you think a song is bad but it does good,
it does,
you know, good. It does. It's like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that happens with like everybody too. Like even like huge artists. Like
it happens to David all the time. Like I listen to a song, I'm like, dude, this song's good, man. Like, but why is it? They like the Hmong stuff a lot more, but I like his new EP. I liked his new EP. I thought it was good.
Oh yeah, I think that one was like a way for everybody to kind of like put to rest all that stuff. You know what I mean?
And you can see where like I said, you can see where the Hmong fans, like, you can tell who listens to what,
right?
Like I like all of David's stuff, or especially his and his EP was like, I think his EP was like the first like English EP, or no, the first English album he's done in a while. Yeah, like a full English, but yeah, it really, like, for me, like, knowing that I have a lot of Hmong fans, like, it separates it having Hmong fans, it separates me. I separate from my Hmong fans because I don't speak Hmong. That's so like my music, it's like, what people listen to is like, it sounds better in Hmong. Sounds better in Hmong, but like, what, you don't like in English, man? Yeah. So doing that.
Yeah, going off of that, did you guys ever get like haters?
I mean, you get it. You get like haters on like YouTube and shit.
Right.
It is.
But have you ever like experienced or encountered anybody that like kind of like just trashed you guys?
Yeah, nobody really trashed me, but like everyone always says like, hey, you should learn Hmong, or like you should do it in Hmong. You're Hmong, you're Hmong, you should do Hmong, so it gets annoying, but it's not like, I know it's not, there's not saying anything bad, it's just it happens all the time. They say all the time. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's cool though, like, how you don't do it in Hmong, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it brings a whole new perspective into this genre,
Yeah, and I think I don't know what I did. I feel like, who's done that to where they've done a Hmong song, they don't know Hmong, but it was a hit,
Right.
Like, I did two or three Hmong songs. I didn't know what the hell I was saying, but it was still good, bro. Like, it was still good. And I'm not saying I'm gonna do that forever. Obviously, I'm gonna learn Hmong and do other things with our culture. But I just think that who's done that? Who's done that before?
That's true. And only you really come up to mind when we talk about it.
Yeah, and like even when other artists like know Hmong, like, I don't know, it's just they do like the simple like guluga type stuff, and I don't know, like me. Even though I don't know Hmong, I can tell when someone's Hmong is good or not good.
Right. Like, it's in your genes anyways.
Yeah.
Moving forward, what are like some goals, or like what are some things that you want to achieve this year? I know a lot of mixing and producing for other artists. So you are friends with like a lot of like big stars too. Like, have you ever hit them up to like make a beat for them at all?
Yeah. Not too much. Like, I only have a certain amount of people I like to send beats to.
Oh yeah.
But I rarely send out beats. But when I do, it's to maybe like, to Jer, or to like my buddy Roderick, or sometimes I used to send stuff to like David and Pong, but I haven't really sent anything out recently. I know I've sent out one to DJ St. Paul, but I think this year is to actually like just have a better relationship, better communication. I think that's important, because I think I like in that. It's not that I do it on purpose. It's just I don't know what to do or how to say things to people, or how to like approach them. So I mean, I'm good friends with people, but it's just when it comes to like business, I don't know how to approach them with that. I think that's one thing. That's one goal I need to work on and improve on.
Yeah, I mean, like you're still young too. You know what I mean? Like, just like I want people to understand, listening to this, like just because you've had success doesn't mean like, you just stop learning from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta, like I said, it's just how it is. You just have to wait, work hard. But while you're waiting, you gotta improve, and everybody will have their time. Everybody will have their shine.
Mm-hmm. And we're seeing that like 2020 was like a perfect example of like everybody will shine in their own way. Like Khalid Universe shined in her own way. She came back with a lot of good stuff. Sons of No Town shined a lot. Again, David shined a lot. He shines a lot like every year. So everybody has a spot in this game, and everybody has, something to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for sure people will listen,
Yeah. Yeah. I just hope, like for the new artists that are coming up, I just hope that they get to experience what like we kind of got to experience.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people think that like going to the New Year's and stuff is like kind of basic, or like they think it's kind of like not their style or anything, but I think it's a good opportunity. I think, honestly, we're lucky that we have the New Year's.
Right.
We're so lucky. Like no, like if you think about, no other like race has it like that.
That's true.
I can't think of anything, but I think we're lucky that we have New Year's. We get to see like our, Hmong people. It's a small world for us.
Right.
We know everybody.
Yeah.
Contact
eventually
anybody.
We know everybody.
Yeah. Like we didn't know each other, but I know you guys through you were with Rhythm, right?
Yeah, I was. Not anymore though. Yeah. Right now they're doing their own thing. So
yeah. But yeah, man.
I mean, what are some advices for like new and upcoming artists, like to just make music and stuff,
Just gotta practice every day, or like just practice and do it when you can. And at the end of the day, there's no excuse. But I mean, there comes a time where like you just have to do it. Just practice. That's the only way to get better. That's really the best advice I can give, because I practice, like from what I've been through. Like I've learned everything myself, YouTube, and all those years I had free information. So go and find that information, You
ever think about teaching people?
I want to teach people how to like use FL Studio, or like just the basics, maybe nothing like, probably won't charge people. Just be like, hit me up on Skype, and then, or like Zoom, and then I'll like teach you how to like use like FL Studio, the basics of, tell you what I've learned. Yeah. I mean, I get to teach like, my friends who want to do it. Like, I tell them like, my little cousin just bought like, man, he bought like he bought like the really expensive stuff, because he said he was down to buy it. Wow. But yeah, I'm teaching him. I'm trying to teach him, or I'm trying to guide him to the right path, and maybe bring him onto my team. Because right now I am looking for like producers who are willing to like work with this brand that I have. I mean, I have nothing to offer, but back to your question though. My advice, I have another advice for like the young kids is like, just don't take criticism, too seriously, because when we started, it's like, when you have your shine, it's good that you have your shine, but you still have to work as hard. Like you said, like when you have a hit song, you have to try to beat that hit song, or try to get another hit song. Like you just have to keep working hard. It's like you're waiting all the time. You got to be patient about this.
Yeah, man.
And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, going back, you said something like you wanted to build a team for the In Space.
Yeah.
Is that something you want to work on this year? Like really work on it?
Yeah, that and like I said, like communicating with people and say
For
it
the
for like
in space, is that so? Like it's gonna be like a producing crew, or like
yeah,
mixing and producing?
that's why I want, not really like signing anybody. Maybe that's part of like the next 5 years, but um, I think it'd be good for a community because there's a lot of producers out there. There's a lot of
Right.
producers. You just have to really know them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know a lot of people like they like. I mean, nowadays it's good to buy beats. It's easier, way easier. But I think it's just better when you have your own original. Maybe like someone who can do it from scratch.
Yeah.
And I just think it'll be easier and it would be cooler to have like if I had a whole team, I can if an artist hits me up, I'll be like, all right, I got a guy here,
Oh
he
yeah.
can, make him some bread, or just do this whole thing, be like a third part, like be like a third man and
Right.
be the messenger, be like, hey, you work with this guy, you work with this guy, so I think that will work. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I just right now just trying to find a couple people. Like I said, I'm helping my cousin,
Yeah.
and there's another guy. I forgot where he lives. I think he lives in like North Carolina, and he's actually pretty young too. And he's been sending me some stuff. He's actually really good. Like
Oh, okay.
like for a beginner, he's actually really good. Knows what he's doing. But hopefully this year I'll find somebody and let everyone know.
Yeah, for sure. I think that would be really cool just to have a team, a crew of like producers and mixers and, like you said, just being that guy who's like, oh, like you kind of match with your style kind of matches with this artist you should probably work with together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like you said, you don't have a lot to offer, but I think you do have a lot to offer. You have a big following. You came off of Hmong and TNT, so you have a huge following and a lot of experience, like just going back to like the traveling and stuff like that, and performing and stage presence and all that stuff too. So I mean, yeah, you say you got a lot to work on, but then like you do have a lot to offer too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess so, man. I guess I could see it that way too. It's just I hope in the future if things take off, I these guys can be able to pay their own bills with that money,
Right.
be able to live off what they love to do. Yeah, so that's where I hope that I can achieve or help others achieve.
Yeah.
Is that level of success.
And how did you come up with the name In Space Labs?
I try to come up with like different names, and I just like space atmosphere kind of look, stars, and I was like, all right, I saw like a logo somewhere on a logo template page. Just click that, just gave me an idea. I was all right, do this, just stick with it. And then maybe in time it will grow and I'll come up with a new logo and actually have my LLC for the company.
Yeah.
Being able to be legit,
Yeah. Do you have a Facebook page or anything for it yet?
I just have my art fan page on Facebook. That's the only thing I really use, and then YouTube. It's just art. Just put art or Art Lee, or just put Art Hmong. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really use my social media as much anymore. But you guys can still contact me, or if you guys need something, let me know.
Yeah, man. We're reaching the end here too. So yeah, anything else you want to plug? Any like social medias, upcoming projects for people to look out for?
Yeah, just be on the lookout. I rarely post. I rarely post. That's only because I am a slow worker. But this year, like I said, is for me. I really want to improve this year and be able to reach out to a lot of people and a lot of artists and make this be part of our Hmong history, especially in the music scene. So
yeah, man, I think you've already done it, dude.
I don't. To me, I know I don't a little bit, but still room to improve.
Right.
But yeah,
you got that little taste. Right.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. I didn't know you did podcasting. I think I seen your stuff. I
just started, so
yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And then you hit me up, like, all right, I'm down because I actually haven't had an interview since DC Reacts, and I would love to do more. If you're down to just talk, man, I'm down to do more, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'd be glad to have you on again whenever you come out with, whenever you want to promote something and talk about it. Yeah, let me know, and for sure we could always set something up.
Yeah. Thanks, man. This podcasting, it's a new thing for us, especially in the Hmong community now. It's a new thing, and just keep going with it too. Just keep, if you want to, talk to some artists, let me know. I think it's a good thing. Like I told DC, I was like, it's when you do stuff like this, like you promote other people,
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, that's the goal here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Make sure you guys go check out Art, and I'll leave everything for his social medias and future project stuff down in the description. And make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure people are aware and people are passionate about their passions, their dreams, and everything in between. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Peace.
See, yep.